Hey everybody, welcome back to the Centaur Fragrance channel. Thank you so much for stopping by today. My name is Benjamin. I do review fragrances, colognes, perfumes, and all things scent related. I'd love to help y'all save some money, have some fun, and smell great. This channel is all about smelling great, wearing what you love, finding those fragrances that you love, and I'm going to help you here today. Today we're talking about affordable fragrances and cheapy fragrances. If you've been wanting more of that content on my channel, I'm here to help you today. Of course, I cover a little bit of everything: the niche, the indie, the designer, the cheapies, everything, a little bit of everything. But today, let's not waste any time and talk about this Distillery series. You saw the title, fragrances inspired by alcohol. Now, I like this idea. I actually have been really wanting more fragrances that are inspired by alcohol. I love boozy fragrances, or boozy notes in fragrances a lot of the time. The first one is Tennessee whiskey. This one to me smells most like the alcohol it's trying to represent, or perhaps it's just a name and they kind of made whatever fragrance they wanted to make. This one smells a little bit like whiskey, but all these fragrances have this clear, transparent, almost fresh, powdery vibe to them but it's still yet a very transparent fragrance. There's a little bit of booziness. It's very soft. You can tell that these fragrances aren't the most natural, but they're not filled with alcohol and they're not harsh. So this fragrance actually smells quite good. For a $10 fragrance, if I didn't tell you the price yet, all of these fragrances you can get full-size bottles if you can find them at your Walmarts or some of your local stores for about 10 bucks a piece. $10 fragrances, that's about the cheapest I've seen many fragrances. Not a fragrance get any cheaper than that, and these actually don't smell bad for the price, which has really surprised me. So anyways, Tennessee whiskey is one of the good ones. All four of these fragrances are pretty good. This one is just a little bit laid back. It has a little bit of that freshness, a little bit of that universal appeal to it. Not a lot of stands out with this fragrance, but if you want something a little bit more of a musk fragrance with a little bit of character that's very easy to wear, all these fragrances are very inoffensive, very easy to wear fragrances. Tennessee whiskey is definitely a good one to go for. The next one is New York Rye. This is my favorite, I think, out of all of these. This is the one that has the most character. This one stands out a little bit more. There is a little bit of this playful, crisp fruitiness off the top. It can remind you of pineapple, and this fragrance to some does remind a little bit of Aventus. If this is intended as a Aventus clone, this is the cheapest one perhaps on the market. So if you're a big cheapy head, if you really like to spend just a little amount of money and get something that smells universal and mass appealing, and you're really into Aventus, $10 Aventus might be something you're going to go crazy for. New York Rye, I really like the rye aspect of this fragrance. It almost smells nutty. It almost smells a little bit like redwood or cedar in a way. Again, this one has a little bit more woodiness in the dry down, and it just has a little bit more character. Again, I get a little bit tired of Aventus because there's so many clones. There's probably 30 or more clones out there now, and I've only tried about half of them. They seem to never end. They sell very well. But this one for $10 is fun to, just wear if you want that vibe. And you're not going to hurt the bank. If you're not going to be wearing Creed Aventus, and paying full retail for a bottle of that is like 300 bucks. A full size bottle of one of these is, 10 bucks. Of course, I didn't mention, but this is the sampler set. You can buy a little sampler set of all the fragrances for a very cheap price, around 10 bucks too. So this one I think is the best out of the bunch, but that's just my opinion. Let's jump to the rest of them, guys and gals. Kentucky Bourbon here is a good one too. This one has a little bit of sweetness. This one has a little bit of crystalline sugar nature to it. Again, I don't know if it was intended, but this one almost has a Baccarat Rouge feel to it. Baccarat Rouge 540, which of course is a very popular fragrance. There seems to be a craze with just about every brand out there trying to jump on the bagwagon and capitalize on the opportunity of that fantastic smell that everybody seems to like and just about everybody seems to appreciate. Kentucky Bourbon is nice though. The boozy nuances aren't too much. I like the well-rounded nature with the booziness. And of course, this one is sweet as well. So if you're a lady out there, I think that you might gravitate towards this one a little bit more. It's very easy to wear. And if you want something youthful and playful, of course, any age and any person can wear anything. I think that this one is perhaps the most universal, the most easy to wear out of the bunch. So The next one is Alabama Moonshine. Now, this one is interesting. This one is a good bit, has a good amount of booziness to it, but real moonshine doesn't really have much of a smell at all. So they tried to recreate that, and I actually do think they did a good job with recreating the smell of moonshine. It just has a sparkle, an ozonic feel to it, kind of cloudy. So they did a pretty good job on that. The dry down is more of a musky dry down. There's not a lot of character to this one exactly. But if you want something for layering, something that just is going to give a little bit of something like CK1, add a little bit of freshness without overpowering or messing up your fragrance, this would be perfect for just adding a little bit of freshness for layering. And that's one of the things I wanted to mention at the end of this video. All these fragrances are pretty light on the performance. I'm glad that y'all stayed tuned to the very end because I'm going to let you know about this. These fragrances don't perform the best. For a $10 fragrance, you might have expected that. You're going to get anywhere from, 2.5, maybe 3 hours to maybe 5 hours. On my skin, at about 2 to 2.5 hours, the fragrance doesn't seem like it's there really anymore. But it does linger, especially on clothes. And I'm expecting that most people are really going to spray a lot of sprays. You're going to go a tenner and probably spray 10 sprays on yourself of this stuff. And you're going to get decent performance, average performance per se. Again, after the 2-hour mark or so, it becomes quite a skin scent or a musk. People can detect it on you if you walk past them, like your sillage. But as far as projection goes, these are not projection beast fragrances. These are not big party fragrances. But I do think they have their place and their time. Again, if you want to be offensive, these are really nice. Inoffensive fragrances are often really good for the office when you want to be more subtle, more professional, a little bit more reserved perhaps. But I don't think, because of the boozy nuances, I don't think that these are appropriate for the office. I think that these are good if you're going on trips to an airport. I think that these are really nice if you're gonna, be in a car close to people and you want to smell a little bit nice, but you don't want to perform or project too much. I think that those are really nice situations where you're carefree, laid back, and perhaps you're going to be close to people. Maybe you work as a cashier and you're close to people. Though, just think of a situation like that where you're going to be really close to people and you don't want to make a big statement, but you do want to smell nice. Anyways, thank y'all so much for being here today. This is the Scentatar Fragrance Channel, bringing y'all some of the best fragrances and helping y'all find the cheapies and, of course, everything else, the indies, the niche, the expensive, and everything else in between, the designers. Thank y'all so much for being here today. If you like my content, please like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell, share this video, and of course tell a friend. Help us get to 2,000 by the end of the year. I still hope and dream that we can make that happen because I want this channel to succeed. Thank y'all so much for being here today. I really appreciate you, and I hope that you like this cheapy content today. I'll see y'all next time. Smell great out there, and with these, I think that just about everybody can afford them. So I'll see y'all next time. This has been the Scentatar Fragrance Channel. Wear what you love, and peace out.